Hello everyone, in last video we saw how to create M365 groups, their naming policy, their self-service options, expiration options, and how to enable or disable guest user access. We also saw in the last video how we can block the M365 group creation for normal users in Access panel, but they were able to create the groups in Outlook. In this video, we will see how to block the M365 group creation for normal users so that they won't be able to create the groups. And we will also allow only a security group. So the members of that security group will be allowed to create M365 groups in Outlook, but other users would be blocked. I have already created this security group called M365 group allowed users, which I would allow, and any user part of this group would be able to create the M365 groups. Before we modify those settings, we will have to do it from PowerShell, and for that we would require the Azure AD preview module. To install the Azure AD preview module, you will run this command install-module Azure AD preview. I already have it installed, so I will suspend it. To modify the M365 group settings from PowerShell, where we will block the M365 group creation access for normal users, we will run this command and we will modify a template, and the template name is group.unified for M365 settings. So let us see the values in this template. So I'm running this command get Azure AD directory setting, where object and the display name is this template, and we will see the values in it. So enable group creation is currently true, and group creation allowed group ID, so this is blank. So what we want here is to disable this and change this value to false, and add the group ID for the AD group which we created here, the Azure AD group, so that only the members which are part of that Azure AD group are allowed to create M365 groups. Just to add, I was able to run these commands because I already connected to Azure AD. So for that, I typed connect-azure AD and entered my global admin username and password. After that, I was able to run these commands. Here is the script which we will use to modify the value. In the group name variable, we have specified the group name which we created. So I'm going to run this and save the value in group name. Save the false value in allow group creation variable. We'll run it and we will connect to Azure AD. So I will enter my username password. Settings object ID. So we will save the ID of group.unified template in this variable. And now we will create a variable called $settings copy, in which we will have all the settings which we have in group.unified template. And this is the command which we will run for it. So $settings object ID has a group.unified templates ID, and it will copy the settings in $settings copy variable. So now if I check what's in my $settings copy variable, I could see that it is giving me the template ID, group.unified is the display name. And now we will change the value inside this template and change the value of enable group creation to allow group creation, which is false. So we will run this here, and then we will get the group object ID by running this command get Azure AD group search string group name, which will be our group name and its object ID, and put it in the value group creation allowed group ID. So now let us see the values in our $settings copy variable. So the values in our settings copy variable are group creation allowed group, this is our group ID, and enable group creation is false. And now we will run this command set Azure AD directory setting, provide the ID of our group.unified template, and the settings we will take from the dollar settings copy variable. And now our settings have changed in the group.unified template. So we will run this command and we will see the new values. So here enable group creation is false, and group creation allowed group ID is this. So let us open Outlook and try to see whether a normal user is able to create the M365 group or not. So here I am logged into Outlook with a normal user account, and if I go under groups, I do not see an option here to create a group. Earlier it was showing me new group option here, but it isn't here now. So if I go here under manage groups, click on new contacts drop down, I do not see any option to create a group here as well, and even here I do not see an option to create a group. Now I am logged in with my global admin account in Outlook, and if I go to groups, I see the option to create the group. So let us see if we are able to create the group or not. So the global administrator can create the group, but not the normal user. So let us add that normal user in our new group of allowed users and see whether it enables its access on creating M365 groups or not. So I have added mail user 1, and let me log into Outlook with that user. So I have logged into Outlook with mail user 1, and it took some time, few hours, for it to take effect. But now if I go under groups, I could see the new group option and I could create the groups from here. So this was a demo on how to block M365 group creation for normal users and allow it only for a particular security group. I hope you liked this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.